If you are planning a move to DFW, I have 6 things that I would like you to do and research and think about before you make that move here. So let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome into this week's video. If you are planning a move here to DFW, you've got to do some research before you make that move. And here are 6 things that you need to do. The first thing is research the city. Duh, obviously, DFW is a big area and there are a lot of cities close to the airport, centrally located, and then of course on the outskirts of town, which we will get to that point in just a minute. But what you need to do is think about what's really important to you. If you've got a family and you're relocating here, then schools may be something that's really important to you if your kids are going to be attending public schools. For school resources, the websites I like to go to are niche.com and greatschools.com. You can go on there and type in any of the independent school districts here in DFW. And really, like, the easy thing is the name of the school district is the name of the city. So Midlothian ISD, Plano ISD, Frisco ISD. You can search by the district and see what kind of a rating they have on those websites, and you can also search by the individual schools. And then when you find a city and then find the house that you like, then you can see what kind of a rating that school does have. Something to think about when you're deciding on a city is, do you need to be close to the airport? We've got 2 major airports here, and that of course is DFW International Airport, and not too far from DFW International is Dallas Love Field Airport. So if you do a lot of traveling for personal or work reasons, then you want to decide how far you would like to be from the airport. The second thing I want you to think about is, do you want a newer home, or are you okay with having a home that's 20, 30 plus years old? And this is why I want you to think about that. In the center of the Metroplex, a lot of those cities are pretty much developed. There are no new developments coming. There is no more building that's going to be happening. That land is pretty much has all been developed on. And those cities are older. So if you want a newer construction home, you're going to have to go further out in the Metroplex to find a lot of those new construction homes. Now, there is a little caveat to that. Those cities that are pretty much 100% developed, maybe they have newer townhomes that are being built or condos that are being built, but you aren't going to find a lot of single family residences that are going to be newly built the closer that you get inside of the Metroplex. But if you love that ranch style home and you want a home built in the 70s or 80s, then you are definitely going to find some homes that are centrally located in that age. And then also on the outskirts of town, of course, you're going to find homes built in the 70s and 80s as well. Absolutely. But you're going to find more on the outskirts of town, more of that newer construction and homes built within the last 10 years. So that's definitely something to think about when you are planning your move here. The third thing to think about is, do you want a city that is already developed, everything is already built, or do you want something that still is in the process of being developed? Now, there's definitely pros and cons to that. If the city is already developed, you're not going to have as much construction. Now, of course, are things being renovated? Yes, of course, but they aren't developing because they're already there. And then on the flip side, more on the outskirts of town, that's where more of the cities are being developed to accommodate the people that are moving out there. And you are going to be faced with more construction the further out that you go, because they're building all of that new infrastructure. So that is the third thing I would like you guys to consider before you move here. The fourth thing I want you to consider is the population of the city. How densely populated of a city do you want to be in? And like literally, you can do a Google search. Population of Dallas. There's going to be a lot of people living in Dallas. Population of Mansfield. Not as many people live in Mansfield as they do in Dallas. So if you want to be surrounded by a lot of people and you like the action and you like the buzz and all of that, then definitely consider moving into a city that has more people. Now, if you are on the flip side and you are like, no, I don't want people around, I don't want all those people, then definitely move towards the outskirts of town because that's where you're not going to have as many people in that city. The fifth thing that I want you to do, and this may not be on your radar, but go on Facebook and do a search for that city to see what types of pages that city has. And a lot of the cities will have a talk page or a news page with the name of that city in it. So like Midlothian Talk, Plano News, something like that. So search those pages. Sometimes they're private, sometimes they're public. It just depends. But read some of those threads. Read some of the posts, see what people are saying about things. The city pages that I'm a part of are a lot of the neighbors are asking for recommendations for businesses, or they're talking about what's going on in the school district, or what's that new business that's coming over here. So it helps you to get an idea of the types of people in that town and what the buzz is while you happen to be searching for it. I wouldn't necessarily join the page because you may have to answer some questions that ask if you live in the area or not, and then the admin would look at your page and you'd say, oh no, you live in San Diego, you don't live here, we're not going to let you in the page. Try to find one that is public so that you can read all of those posts, but that definitely helps give you a good idea, and it's a little bit of research that you can do from home to see what it's like in that community. The sixth and final thing I would like you to do is to connect with a local real estate agent. Obviously, we are the ones that know the areas, we know the cities, we know the neighborhoods, so we can be the ones to help advise you as best as possible on what's going on in this city, what the school district is like, things like that. That is one of the best things that you can do, is to reach out to a local agent if you are planning a move out here. I hope you guys found some value in this video, and if you did, let me know in the comments below. And if you are planning to relocate here to DFW and you don't have an agent, please let me know. I would love to help you out. My contact information is in the description below. And if you guys are planning to relocate here but don't exactly know which city interests you the most, and you want to rent for the first year before you buy, I can absolutely help you with that as well. Thanks for tuning in this week. I will see y'all next week.